San Diego, November 2008. Michael Rodriguez was 28 years old, decorated veteran of the United States Marine Corps, 2 tours in Iraq, Bronze Star for valor, and on this cold night, he was sleeping in a homeless shelter. This wasn't what he imagined when he came home. 2 years earlier, Michael was a squad leader in Fallujah, the man his Marines followed without hesitation, the soldier who saved 3 lives under enemy fire. But the war doesn't end when you come home. Sometimes it's only just beginning. Michael Rodriguez grew up in San Diego, the son of Mexican immigrants. His father was a mechanic, his mother a nurse, a working class family, solid values, the American dream, one generation at a time. In 1998, at 18 years old, Michael had 2 options: community college or working at his father's shop. He chose a third. September 11th, 2001. The world changed, and Michael knew what he had to do. "My country gave me everything," he told his mother. "Now it's my turn to give back." She cried, but she understood. Marine Corps boot camp is designed to break you down and rebuild you stronger. Michael thrived. Natural leader, focused, determined. In 2003, Lance Corporal Michael Rodriguez was ready to serve. March 2004, first deployment to Iraq. His mother held him for 5 minutes. No words, just tears. "Come back to me, Mijo," she whispered. He promised he would. Iraq, 2004. The temperature outside, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. But it wasn't the heat that made you sweat. It was the fear. The constant, unending fear that the next second could be your last. Michael's job was to lead his team on patrols. Narrow streets, unknown rooftops. Every corner could hide a sniper. Every parked car could be a bomb. You learn to trust your brothers because they're the only thing standing between you and death. June 15th, 2006, Fallujah. What started as a routine patrol became anything but routine. An IED, improvised explosive device, buried in the road. The blast threw their Humvee 15 feet. Metal twisted, glass shattered, smoke everywhere. Michael's ears were ringing, blood running down his face, but he wasn't thinking about himself. He was thinking about his Marines. Private First Class Danny Martinez, 20 years old, from Texas, trapped in the burning vehicle, leg shattered, screaming. Corporal James Wilson, 23, from Ohio, unconscious, bleeding from the head. Lance Corporal Chen, 19, from California, pinned under debris. Enemy fire started almost immediately, bullets hitting the ground around them, ricocheting off metal. The smell of burning fuel, smoke so thick you couldn't see 10 feet ahead. Michael had a choice: take cover, call for backup, wait for the QRF, the Quick Reaction Force. That's what the manual said. That's what training taught you. But training didn't account for hearing your brother screaming in agony. Training didn't account for watching your friend's blood pooling in the dirt. Michael ran back into the kill zone. Under fire, alone, he pulled Martinez out first, dragged him 30 meters to cover, went back. Wilson next, then Chen. 3 trips, 3 lives. Each one could have been his last. The Bronze Star citation reads, "For heroic achievement in connection with combat operations against the enemy." But Michael doesn't remember thinking about being a hero. He just remembers thinking, "I can't leave them. I won't leave them." All 3 Marines survived. Michael brought them home. But who would bring Michael home? December 2006. Michael's second tour ended. He boarded the plane back to California. A different man than the one who left. Quieter, harder, older than his 26 years. His mother noticed immediately the way he couldn't sit with his back to a door, the way loud noises made him flinch, the way he didn't sleep anymore. "Are you okay, Miko?" she asked. "I'm fine, Mom," he lied. He wasn't fine. The nightmares started the first week. Every night, the explosion, the screaming, the blood. Sometimes he'd wake up swinging, thinking he was still in Fallujah. His mother found him one night sitting in the closet, fully dressed, holding his boots, ready to deploy, ready to fight. Except the war was over, at least for everyone else. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. 4 letters that don't come close to describing what it feels like. The hypervigilance, the guilt, the rage that comes from nowhere, the feeling that you don't belong anywhere anymore. Michael tried to adjust. He got a job at a construction site, showed up on time, worked hard, but the sounds. The jackhammer sounded like gunfire. The smell of diesel reminded him of burning vehicles. He'd freeze. Panic attacks in the middle of the workday. After 2 months, they let him go. "Not a good fit," they said. What they meant was, "We don't know how to help you." He tried another job, then another. Each one lasted shorter than the last. The pattern was always the same. Show up, try, fail, leave. His savings ran out. Then the VA benefits got delayed and bureaucracy, paperwork. "We're processing your claim, sir." Weeks became months. Michael moved back in with his parents, but he couldn't stand it. The pity in his mother's eyes, the way his father tried to act like everything was normal, the way his younger brother looked at him, like he was broken. Maybe he was. One night, after a particularly bad nightmare, Michael packed a bag and left. No note, no goodbye. He told himself he was protecting them from himself, from the anger, from the darkness he carried inside. He ended up on the streets of San Diego, the same city where he grew up, the same streets where he played as a kid. But now he was invisible, just another homeless veteran, another statistic. The shelter on Ocean Beach Boulevard became his home. A cot, a locker, a hot meal if you got there early enough. It wasn't much, but it was something. November 2008, rock bottom. Michael Rodriguez, Bronze Star recipient, was living in a homeless shelter. No job, no family, no hope. Most nights he'd lie on that cot and think about Martinez, Wilson, and Chen. The men he saved, they were out there somewhere, living their lives, going to college, getting married, being happy. And Michael was here, alone, wondering why he survived when maybe he shouldn't have. Then, on a cold Tuesday morning, everything changed. Michael was standing in line for breakfast at the shelter when he noticed a flyer on the bulletin board. Veterans Outreach Program, job training, housing assistance, mental health support. We don't leave anyone behind. He'd seen programs like this before. Empty promises, more paperwork, more waiting. But something about that last line stopped him. We don't leave anyone behind. That was the Marine Corps motto. Leave no man behind. It's what Michael lived by in Iraq. It's what saved Martinez, Wilson, and Chen. Maybe someone could save him too. He took the flyer. The next day, he walked into the Veterans Outreach Center in downtown San Diego. A small office, friendly faces, other veterans, people who understood. The counselor's name was Sarah, former Army, Afghanistan veteran. She didn't pity him. She didn't judge him. She just listened. "You're not broken, Michael," she said. "You're wounded, and wounds can heal." It was the first time anyone had said that to him. Sarah connected Michael with a therapist who specialized in combat PTSD, group therapy, one-on-one sessions. It wasn't easy. Talking about Fallujah, about the guilt, about the nightmares. Every session felt like ripping open old wounds, but slowly, very slowly, something shifted. The program helped him find temporary housing, a small studio apartment. Nothing fancy, but it had a door that locked, a bed, a window. After sleeping in a shelter for months, it felt like a palace. They helped him with his VA paperwork, navigating the system, appeals, documentation. Within 3 months, his benefits came through. Not a lot, but enough to survive. The job training program taught him new skills: carpentry, electrical work, things he could do with his hands, things that didn't trigger the panic attacks. And the therapy. The therapy taught him something even more important: how to forgive himself for surviving, for coming home when others didn't, for being human. It took 18 months of work, of setbacks, of progress, of falling down and getting back up. But in May 2010, Michael Rodriguez got his first full-time job since coming home. Construction foreman for a local company that specifically hired veterans. The owner was a Vietnam vet. He understood. Michael was good at the work, more than good. He was a natural leader. The same skills that made him a great squad leader in Iraq made him a great foreman at home. He knew how to motivate people, how to solve problems, how to get the job done. By 2012, Michael had saved enough money to get his own place, a 1-bedroom apartment near the beach. He could hear the ocean at night. It helped him sleep. He started volunteering at the Veterans Outreach Center, the same place that saved his life, helping other vets, listening to their stories, being the person for them that Sarah had been for him. That's where he met Lisa. She was volunteering too. Her brother had served in Afghanistan. She understood military families. She understood sacrifice. They started talking, then coffee, then dinner, then more. In 2014, Michael did something he thought he'd never do. He called his mother. The first time in almost 6 years. She answered on the first ring, like she'd been waiting all this time. "Mom," he said, "I'm sorry." She cried. So did he. "Come home, Miko," she whispered. "Come home." He did. The reunion wasn't perfect. There were awkward silences, questions he wasn't ready to answer. But his mother didn't push. She just held him, like she did the day he left for Iraq, like she did when he was a little boy. His father shook his hand. "Proud of you, son," he said, "for coming home, for surviving, for trying." By 2015, Michael had been promoted to senior foreman. He was making good money, more than he ever thought he would. But money wasn't what mattered anymore. What mattered was the young Marine who came into the Veterans Center one day, lost, angry, homeless, just like Michael had been 7 years earlier. His name was David, Iraq veteran, 26 years old, living in his car. Michael saw himself in David's eyes, the pain, the shame, the desperation. "I was you," Michael told him, "and if I made it out, so can you." He became David's sponsor, helped him navigate the system, got him into therapy, into housing, into a job. 6 months later, David was on his feet, employed, housed, healing. Then there was Marcus, Afghanistan, PTSD, substance abuse. Michael helped him too. Then Jennifer, Army, sexual assault survivor, homeless for 2 years. Michael connected her with resources, with support, with hope. One veteran at a time. Michael was building an army again, not of fighters, of survivors. In 2016, Michael married Lisa. Small ceremony. His family, her family. a few close friends, Martinez, Wilson, and Chen, flew in for the wedding. The men he saved, his brothers, they hadn't seen each other in 10 years, but when they embraced, it was like no time had passed at all. Martinez was a teacher now, married, 2 kids. Wilson was in medical school. Chen ran his own business. "You gave us our lives back," Martinez said to Michael. "In Fallujah." Michael shook his head. "You guys gave me mine back, every day. When I was in that shelter, thinking about giving up, I thought about you, about how hard you fought to survive. I couldn't let you down." In 2018, Michael and Lisa started a nonprofit, the Warriors Return Foundation, dedicated to helping homeless veterans, housing, job training, mental health support, everything that saved Michael's life. They wanted to give to others. The first year, they helped 23 veterans get off the streets. The second year, 67. By 2024, they've helped over 400 veterans rebuild their lives. Michael still works in construction, still does therapy, still has nightmares sometimes. The war left scars that will never fully heal. But scars aren't weaknesses. They're proof you survived. Today, Michael Rodriguez is 44 years old. He's a husband, a son, a friend, a mentor, a leader. Not because of his rank, not because of his medals, but because of his choice. The choice to keep fighting, even when the battle was with himself. That cold November night in 2008, when he was sleeping in a homeless shelter, he thought his story was over, that he'd lost everything, his career, his family, his purpose, his future. He was wrong. He didn't lose everything. He lost his old life, and in its place, he built something better. Not perfect, not easy, but real, and worth fighting for. The Marines have a saying, Semper Fidelis, always faithful. Michael was faithful to his country, faithful to his Marines. But the hardest thing, the most important thing, was learning to be faithful to himself, to believe he deserved a second chance, to believe his life had meaning, to believe that coming home wasn't the end of his story. It was just the beginning. If this story moved you, honor Michael and veterans like him. Share it. Remember them. Support them. Because they fought for us. The least we can do is fight for them. This is the Warriors Return. Subscribe for more stories of service, sacrifice, and the battle to come home.